Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, June the 12th, 13th, 2023, Thursday, June the 13th. I'm going to get the other stuff out the way. Adam is running vigil over Sally. Goodness. Why does he not have a laptop with him? He has a whole huge business to restructure and to get it off the ground. What better way to kind of even get Sally interested to seeing where their design could work with them without saying, hey, look, I'm just going to do a bit of work. As he's working, watching her, he can say, you know what do you think? I got a problem with this department. How would you solve it? Good idea. Okay. Keep her busy. This woman is staring at these four walls. Somebody need to take her. Well, she's supposed to be almost like on bed rest. I was going to say somebody need to take her to the park, but she's supposed to be feet up. So that don't mean her mind can't work. Work, Adam. Bring your laptop. Get some stuff done. Make some business calls. Let her know she's not completely stopping your life. You're just having a watchful eye over her. So many things can be done remotely. Do them remotely in that room. Okay, that's all I got to say. So Nick talks to him and tells him that Faith has been kidnapped. And he goes, don't let on that nothing bad has happened. And Adam's back was to Sally, but his face sure showed what the, like, oh, like he wanted to get out there and search. He was just like, oh God, this is real, because he cares about Sharon. Adam always has, right? So, but he had to keep a straight face and said, okay, well, you go ahead and handle your business, do what's necessary. Take care of that. So, but anyway, he bought Sally food, minor chatter, blah, blah, blah. Then we had Chelsea, Connor shutting down. He doesn't want to come out his room. And she's been calling Sharon. Sharon's not answering. Well, Sharon's going through a family crisis, but Chelsea doesn't know, right? Sharon's been Connor's therapist before, but Sharon is probably going to have to recommend somebody for Connor. But see, here's what I see. Chelsea, the actress, her pregnancy is progressing. So they're probably getting ready to create a scenario where she takes Connor out of town for the summer to get some special kind of counseling, maybe a special kind of parent program that she's going to go and attend with him, something. He's going to be gone and she's going to be gone because she's going to be on maternity leave soon enough. So I kind of think they're working towards that. I hope they don't come up with, well, Katie and Johnny are going to boarding school. Why don't we send Connor to boarding school? Let them worry about it. Goodness. We know he's having a hard time. He's not himself. Let's ship him off to boarding school. I'm hoping. And I don't think that's going to come out of Chelsea's mouth at all. I really don't think. I hope not. Because he does need help. Connor goes into these dark places. We know Connor. Connor could be something else. But Chelsea should be working with him on this. Get him into a program, but be there with him. She can work on a mega sphere from wherever she's at, right? From wherever. Get him as one of the test subjects on Omega Sphere. She's already talking about they're getting feedback. One teen said it's helped her. Omega Sphere has helped her talk to her mother. So say, Connor, I'm working on this video game. I need your help, son. I need you to test out this part of the game for me. Okay, can you do that for me? I'm giving you permission to play video games an extra hour because I need you to play this one. He'd be like, oh, an extra hour? Okay. And then I want you to tell me all the things you feel are wrong with it, how it could be made better. He'd be like, well, I get to play an extra hour. Oh, extra hour on this game. Yeah. School night, even on a school night. Okay. That'll get his mind in a different place too. So Billy tried to, tries to cheer her up, and they were supposed to have movie night, all three of them. And Connor went coming out his room, and Billy went up to talk to him, and he's like, "Yeah, that didn't go too well." But anyway, she says, "I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna do something that's gonna help my son." So we had that. Then we had the other minorness. Jack and Diane are back at the jazz lounge, toasting, drinking, having fun. Ashley and Tucker come into the jazz lounge, see them, and then they start a big old argument at the bar area of the jazz lounge. Abby walks in and is hearing these voices, and they're in a public place, and other people in there kind of like, what is happening over there? Ashley comes in, hey, tone this down, knock it off. So she kind of chastises them, has to put them in their place, and so Ashley's like, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. But still, Diane will say a snipe and Ashley sniping back, or Diane will say something and Ashley. I mean, it was just, they couldn't help themselves. So Jack and Diane go to sit closer to the pianist playing music, and she says, I have to go to the ladies. And I thought, well, you forgot to say room, ladies' room, right? She goes, I got to go to the ladies. And I thought, oh, she mean ladies' room. Why did you just say ladies' room? Restroom, powder room, not just ladies, Diane. So anyway, when she leaves, Abby comes and sits down. Uncle Jack, what's going on? Well, I thought she was going to dime on Ashley. Because remember, Ashley said, I need you to keep this under the belt about her going to bring Tucker in, hire him for an executive position. But she didn't rat out her mother. But Jack is still, he's like, I ain't worried about Ashley. No. Tucker's pulling all the strings. And Ashley goes, oh, you think so too? Like Ashley, keep calling Abby Ashley. Abby still feels her mother is not like this. This can't be my mother's idea, when it is. She just doesn't want to admit it. Even no matter how much her mother said, this is me. Somebody got to be pulling Ashley's strings like Ashley's a puppet. Get out of here. Ashley's never been anybody's puppet. She wasn't Tucker's puppet when they were married before. She was a woman in love, not knowing she was married. He's cheating, right? She was never a puppet. So Jack is like, no, that's gonna be the worst mistake. He'll never change. People like him, and I'm thinking, that's Diane, Jack. That's Diane. They both have valid reasons about their fiancés, their mutual fiancés. Diane, we're just seeing a good side of her right now, but they're gonna write something in that's gonna change that. They're gonna write something in. So anyway, that's the minor chatter. Now to the good stuff. I was so spot on yesterday with me saying there's a listening device in Sharon's house. And I want to make sure everybody knows. I don't look ahead. I don't look at spoilers on YouTube. For one thing, they're not filmed well because they're trying to distort and change the footage. The volume is horrible. You can't even hardly hear it or understand what they're saying. You're subject to just see one brick or one eyeball or the floor, right? I don't spend my time. My time is so limited because my personal business is really picking up. Oh my God. So I don't have time to watch somebody's horrible recording of a full episode because I have to catch pictures for you all. So therefore, I have to see it on Paramount Plus, right? And I have to see it later in the evening on Paramount Plus. When I get a chance to watch it, take notes, screenshot, and all my good stuff, right? But I called it. So sure enough, Nick comes walking through. Chance and Sharon have found out that Faith is missing. Sharon's all torn up. Nick walks in the door using his key, saying, "Oh, I made bail." And he takes one look at Sharon's face and he said, "What's wrong?" Right? She said, "He has our baby, Nick. He has our baby girl." And Nick is like, "What happened, Chance?" And Chance is like, "Look, we don't know what happened." See, GCPD. We talking what? Police officer down? What happened to the police officer? Was he knocked out? Was he? I mean, see, come on now. She had a escort. What happened to them? Right? So Nick says, Sharon says, "Look, how no, so I think it was Chance or Nick said, who else knew that Faith was leaving?" She goes, no one knew. She said, "I made the arrangements earlier today. No one knew." And so I think Chance says, "Well, there's a leak somewhere." And she goes, "The cat, I'm going to tell you, the cat never left this house. Faith didn't let the cat out. I didn't let the cat out. But yet that cat was found on the doorstep. Cameron was in my house." And Nick goes, "And if he was in the house," he starts yelling, "You better bring my daughter back. You better show yourself." Oh, now Nick is yelling and looking through stuff. And Sharon is like, "Oh." So she's looking now. Chance is looking too. Now, see, Chance should have thought that out first. He's the detective, listening device, right? And so Nick is looking, turning things upside down. He's on the mantle where the pictures are, listening device behind the picture. So that top left picture, Sharon is talking to him, saying, "You want me? You got my attention. You bring my daughter back." And oh, so now Chance is kind of like, okay, now that we found a listening device, right? So how'd that happen, Chance? There's no probable cause for this guy? Yeah, there is. So Chance tells them, "Look, I'm getting ready to go search Cameron's room." Chance leaves. He's searching the room. There's a bag left that Kirsten has. He's taking stuff out and he sees this leather like portfolio folder, and it's got papers in it. And he's looking through you know how soap operas, they normally take papers out, and normally the camera will pan on what's in the papers, right? But they kept that a secret from us. But Chance is looking at these papers, and then he looks up at the camera like, this is something, right? We don't know what he saw. We don't know what's in them papers, okay? So Nick is talking to Sharon. Nick is trying to say, "Sharon, you know, trying to make her feel better about herself. You got to now think, use that degree. Get into his head. What would he do next? Where would he take her, Sharon?" So she's thinking, she goes, "For one, he's going to play mind games with us, and he's this, that, and the other." And then her phone dings. So she picks it up, and oh, she lets out this wail. She stands up and she's shaking. "My baby, to me, my baby, my baby." And I'm thinking, oh my God, did he rape Faith? Is he showing her naked? Thank God. See, they didn't do that, right? It was a picture of Faith unconscious, gagged and tied up. And Nick is looking. I'm gonna, oh, Nick is just, oh, he wants to kill him now, right? So that's where they left it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, what better be the next thing that they do? They better text that picture. And he sent a text saying, same motel where love ended and where love will be reborn. You come alone and you don't tell nobody. That picture and that message, for one, it was text to them. They better do some screenshots, because it could have been texted on a kind of app that when a picture sent, it disappears, right? Watch, and the message too. But if you screenshot it, now you've saved it to your own phone, right? Screenshot that picture real quick. Screenshot that message real quick. Text them to Chance so he sees it right away. Okay? Now he'll have proof that Faith has been kidnapped. They could put an APB out on Faith, right? Now, next thing Chance needs to do is tell Sharon, I'm coming over with wire equipment. And they need to wire Sharon. Put a wire on her, right? So this way, the police force is in on this. Sharon won't be walking into that room with him blind. They're going to hear him say, you want me to release your daughter? You want your precious Faith safe? Then you're going to do X, Y, and Z. Okay? Period. Now, where he has Faith, it's very distinct. We got these empty tires. It's a place to me that they will be able to find Faith. She's not that far away, right? So they need to loop the police department in on this, right? But watch, Nick and Sharon are going to go off on their own. They need to even call Victor, send this to Victor. So your men, see, we gonna do, if I could call the National Guard, I would on this, right? No, come alone, don't you? You out your mind if you think I'm coming alone, right? You got my child. So needless to say, tomorrow's gonna be pretty good. We'll see what happens. I just feel they're getting ready to try to go rogue, try to do it themselves, because he said, come alone. So we can't risk upsetting him because we don't know where Faith is at. Well, you know what? That's going to be the worst mistake on the planet. But I'm happy, everybody. They're moving this along. This is not being drug out. Right? So let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. Monique says, Kevin and Chloe both stole from Catherine. Oh, is that what they were, Bonnie and Clyde it? Thank you, Monique. Belinda says, yes, Michael is the one to get Phyllis out of hot water. Let's remember in the past, his past record, Michael had criminal tendencies. He raped Christine, kept her in a wall. In a room behind a wall. Michael wasn't no joke. And then Annette says, Victor has no common sense to have personal plane and can jet set Sharon and Faith out of town. I know, right? I know. And then Sherry says, Victor's people are going to find the EMT, but can't see a kitty killer on the property. I know, right? They can't see a cat killer on the property. His security is useless. So is the GCPD. But anyway, that's all for Comment Corner. Comment Corner, thanks for your comments. Young and the Restless is, this is pretty interesting because they're speeding it up. They're not dragging it out. So I'm pretty okay with this storyline as some kind of little summer throw in there. Give us something interesting to look at. Okay. All right. So I'll be back tomorrow for another daily recap for the young and the restless.